This skin shouldn't exist. Not because it's ugly, because it's late. The trend already died and Fortnite drops it like it still matters. That's not random. Fortnite isn't leading anymore, it's chasing. And once a game starts chasing, it loses itself. You load in, open the shop and see something that already feels outdated before you even click on it. Not bad, just off, like you have already seen it everywhere months ago. Fortnite used to feel ahead of you. Now it feels like it's catching up to what you already scrolled past. You pause for a second, then keep scrolling. Once the process flips, the outcome locks in. A reactive game will always be late. Late content lands weaker, weaker content gets pushed harder, and harder pushes kill creativity. You sit there thinking, this feels off, and still keep going, and you don't even notice when that becomes normal. This isn't a bad skin, it's the moment something changed, and you already moved past it. This didn't happen because of one skin, it's stacked. One bundle feels off, then another, then the shop resets, same pattern again everywhere. You stop reacting, you start predicting, that's when it breaks. You open the item shop and already know what's coming. A bundle at top, a skin that looks mid alone, extras that suddenly make it worth it. You hover over it, do the math, and still end up buying the bundle. And you don't even question why. After a while you scroll faster, you stop checking everything. You pause on the same types of offers, skip the rest. You're not exploring the shop anymore, you're following a pattern. And once you fall into that pattern, you don't notice it running you. It didn't change the shop, it changed you. And you still do it every reset. Fortnite used to feel like one world. Now it feels like everything at once, and when everything fits, nothing stands out. You remember dropping into old Fortnite and instantly recognize it. The colors, the skins, the vibe. Drift running past peely dancing cube events in the distance. Now you load in and see Peter Griffin next to anime skins. Lego mode sitting next to everything else and you don't even react. Nothing clashes, but nothing connects either. It all blends together. You scroll past skins and don't even register them, and you don't stop to question when that started happening. Fortnite didn't get bigger, it got easier to ignore. And you're already doing that. These skins don't feel designed, they feel generated. Not early, not fresh, but just late. And late content never hits. You see the Brain Road bundle and your first thought isn't this is cool, it's why now? You have already seen it everywhere else, and you're move on instantly. No pause, no reaction, clear cringe. Then the next skin feels the same, and after a few of those, you stop expecting anything to hit. You didn't notice when excitement turned into scrolling. Late content doesn't fail, it just gets ignored. The shop is running the game. Not gameplay, not update, the shop. And once that happens, everything else becomes secondary. You log in and go straight to the shop. Checks what's new, what's leaving, what you might miss. Gameplay comes after. And you don't even think about that order anymore. You tell yourself, just checking, but you come back every reset. You don't want to miss anything. That becomes routine, and you don't stop to question why you're logging in. You don't check the shop, you follow it, and the shop decides when you play. This didn't happen by accident. This is exactly how Fortnite is supposed to work now. And once it works like this, it can go back. Fortnite isn't just a game anymore, it's a platform. More players means more content. More content, more spending. More spending, more systems built around it. That loop doesn't reward creativity, it rewards consistency. Once the system rewards consistency over creativity, everything shifts for us. Safe content wins, repeatable formats win, fast production wins. You don't get better ideas, you get more of the same ideas. You open the shop and recognize this pattern instantly, because it's designed to repeat, and you don't even question it anymore. This didn't go wrong. This is exactly what success looks like in Fortnite. And that's basically a reason why it will never change. But it's not just game. This is what's happening around it, and once that changes, the game has to follow. People get caught behind the scenes, and at the same time prices go up. Not just random, that's pressure. When there is less room for experimentation, every decision has to justify itself. Not creatively, financially. You see a bundle cost more than it used to, and still sit there thinking if it's worth it. And once money becomes the main filter, the game stops asking is this good, it starts asking will this sell. Ideas get safer and timing matters less. Execution becomes faster and usually not better. You scroll through new drops and they don't surprise you anymore. Not because they're bad, but I think because they're built not to risk failing. And you don't stop to question when that become normal. This isn't creative slowdown, it's financial pressure showing through. Fortnite doesn't feel built anymore, it feels assembled. And assembled games don't have identity. You jump between modes, skins, updates, and none of it connects. It all works, but nothing sticks. You play, leave, come back, and it feels the same every time. You remember moments from old Fortnite. Now you remember sessions, and sessions fade fast. You don't notice when nothing sticks anymore. It's not missing content. That's why it feels empty. Nothing stays with you. But guys, Fortnite is still fun, and that's exactly the problem, because fun hides the shift. You queue up just one more game, then another one more game, then another one more game. It works, it's smooth, it keeps going. You don't stop long enough to think about it. Some games feel good, some don't, but you keep playing anyway. You kept clicking ready even when it doesn't hit the same, and you don't stop to ask why. Fortnite doesn't need to be great, it just needs to keep you in, and you stay longer than you planned. I think you have probably a question why you don't quit. So, my answer is I just keep playing, even when it doesn't hit the same. And that's where it locks me in. You finish a match, queue again. Not because it was great, but because it was fine. Then another. You're not chasing fun anymore. You are trying to chase momentum. And once you play for momentum instead of enjoyment, the system doesn't need to improve, it just needs to keep you moving. And you tell yourself maybe next game will be better, but you have said that before, and you keep saying it. You don't stop when it gets worse, you stop when you get tired, and that's not the same thing. You didn't get pulled in, you stayed. And that's exactly why it works. Fortnite isn't dying, it's shifting, and that shift changes everything. You still see full lobbies, new updates with constant content, and nothing looks broken for you. That's why it's so hard to explain, but you have had moments where it didn't hit the same. You just keep playing anyway, and those moments start stacking, and you don't stop to think about them. And I can't call it breaking. I think it's just changing quietly. Fortnite is becoming a conveyor belt. Trends go in, bundles come out, and the loop never stops. You scroll, play, check, repeat. New skins, new modes, new updates, always something for you. Nothing lasting. You move through it without thinking, you don't remember most of it. It just blends together, and you don't notice when everything starts feeling the same. It keeps moving, but nothing stays. That's when it stops mattering. Toon Sahur skin isn't the problem, it's warning. And warnings don't show up early. You saw it, scrolled past it, didn't think much of it. That's exactly why it matters. Because that reaction, no reaction. If they change, you're not excited, you're not surprised, you're just moving on. And you don't stop to question when that became normal. Once you notice it, you can't unsee it. And once you can't unsee it, there is no going back to how it felt before. And the worst part is you're still gonna open it tomorrow, you're still gonna check the shop, still gonna play a few games, not because you're excited, just because it's there, and that's how it keeps working, not by pulling you in, but by never letting you feel like living matters.